Myself is Anju Gupta, IGNO counselor from Mansa Study Center 2225. Course code is BEGLA-135. Block third one is Media and Entertainment. We are going to discuss about Block 3, Unit 1, which is Media. Let's start. What's media? मीडिया की है. Media is mass communication, which is through TV, magazines, newspapers. We all read that. Facebook, Twitter, we always use that. So these are all examples of media. There are some logos of digital media. We all are aware of that. Next comes warm up. We all read newspaper. Look at these newspaper. Look at this newspaper. That comes in every home. Newspaper that comes in your home may be national, international or local type. So there are so many type of newspapers. Next, we should see that what's the language of newspaper that you read always. It may be Hindi, Punjabi or Urdu. This is all about newspaper that will increase our knowledge. Next comes reading section. This is the passage given below, and here are some questions which you have to give answers and you have to do yourself. Now next comes third one is look at this paragraph. It has 3 pieces of information, like the spacecraft is all about the size, shape of concert piano attached to a satellite dish. It will study Pluto as well as frozen, like this. This is all about paragraph, and we have 3 pieces of information. In this, look at this paragraph. You have to frame 3 questions in this. I will frame only one question for you, like this. First line says that the spacecraft is about the size and shape of concerned piano attached to a satellite dish. What it mean? It means first question is, what is the shape and size of spacecraft? So next, there are 2 questions which rises from these lines. So you will read ahead. Next is vocab section, assessing sites. This is passage activity. How this is passage activities? On Google, we always search so many things that you can take interesting topics and search that word meaning you don't know. So we can increase our vocab by this. This is all about this. Next is what is social networking. Social networking is social media. Social networking is social media, which means social media are Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, blog, Facebook, Telegram, Wikipedia, like this. These are all apps. Blogs, Twitter, Facebook. We always know that these are apps by which we can communicate easily with other people. In this checkout progress, we see that some idioms, they have some meanings, but here 2 are given extra to confuse us. Now idioms like, first of all we will do catch like wildfire. What it mean? Its meaning is to circulate or disseminate very quickly. It means किसी इंफॉर्मेशन को सर्कुलेट करना हो, देन वी कैन यूज idioms like catch like wildfire. Next is having green fingers. What it mean? Good at gardening. गार्डनिंग में अच्छा होना. नेक्स्ट इज caught red-handed. कोई चीज चोरी छुपे करना, वो पकड़े जाना. दैट्स what is the meaning of this idioms. This is the to apprehend someone when they are doing something wrong. What it mean? To apprehend someone when they are doing something wrong. Next is the back to square one. What it mean? It means fourth one is back to square one. What is meaning? Its meaning is that fourth one is back to square one. It means back to where one started with no progress shown. It means आगे नहीं बढ़ना, एक जगह ही खड़े रहना. Next is at the 11th hour. What it mean? It means latest possible time. Next, the topic is use these idioms in sentences of your own. So there are idioms which are given above. We have to write in these sentences. These idioms should be used in sentences. So there are idioms where meanings were given here. 2 meanings were given extra. So you will so you will confused. Now use these idioms in sentences in below lines and you will do it yourself. Next comes the definition. Definition means to define something, to define the term, like noun. Before understanding of noun, we should read about the proper definition of noun. We should clear about the definition of noun. Here, next, notice the definitions of blog, Twitter like Instagram, WhatsApp, Hike, Messenger, YouTube, Skype. What it mean? These are all definitions which we have to clear. Like, what is Instagram? What's the definition of Instagram? It is mobile or desktop app which runs by internet. It's a mobile app which runs by internet. With Instagram, we can share videos, pictures. Next, WhatsApp. How we'll define it? WhatsApp, this is also a app. Messages services almost found in all phones. These all are Instagram, WhatsApp, Hike, Messenger, YouTube, Skype. These are all communicative apps. Next, third one, we have to discuss Hike Messenger. What it mean? It's a platform for communication. There are special graphic stickers in this, movies, all comes in it. Next comes fourth one is YouTube. How will you define YouTube? We can define it that we can make videos on YouTube. This is the big site platform. What is Skype? How will you define it? Skype, this is the app which is for communication. We will see listening. Worldwide fun. This is the passage and given questions. Do it yourself. Now next is speaking, indicating your preference. These are all shown TV channels like Discovery, History Channel, NDTV, Animal Planet, HBO, National Graphic, regarding fashion, BBC, Star Sports, Sony. So these are different channels we see. B4U Music, C and Cartoon Network, which always I think that every child looks that channel. 9 Cross, this is ABP. These are all different channels. We are given a audio and we have to give answers of these audios. Like these channels, what we do it, these are the so much channels. Look at these channels which you see or not. You have to give proper reason why you see these channel, this, and which you have the proper reason why you see this channel, you have the proper reason, so that so many people can increase and they see maximum these channels. Every channel has some reason. Every person has different reasons for seeing these channels. There is a convincing reason which will encourage your audience to view it, like the history channel. Why people see that channel is interesting? Because it has a variety of programs. Discovery channel, so different kinds of program on nature, places, people. Like this fashion TV, it tells about current styles of dresses. BBC is a good news channel and I like current affairs. Every person has his own interest and see these channels. Next comes the writing, a brief report. What is brief report? It's a statement जो हमें डिटेल में लिखनी होती है. एक स्टेटमेंट दी होती है, वो डिटेल में लिखनी होती है. नाउ देयर आर 2 हेडलाइंस फ्रॉम द न्यूज़पेपर लाइक 2 इंजर्ड एज ट्रक कोलाइड्स विद वैन. ट्रक जब वैन से टकराया तो 2 इंजर्ड हो गए लोग. नेक्स्ट, बर्ड फ्लू स्ट्राइक्स थाउजेंड्स ऑफ चिकन killed. Now these are 2 headlines. Now you have to written about this brief report. This is one this report is. It means as I walked down to the town hall, I could hear sounds of shouting. It is all about that person which see that incident, this incident. This is a headline and we are writing this brief report or statement. First of all, that person which was standing there and seeing all the action, he was telling that he was standing here. फर्स्ट लाइन में उसने अपनी लोकेशन बताई कि वो कहाँ खड़ा था जब ये हादसा हुआ. दिस इज ऑल कैन रिटन विद योर्स इमेजिनेशन. दिस इज द ब्रीफ रिपोर्ट. नेक्स्ट कम्स grammar portion, the present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Complete the following sentences by putting the present perfect or present perfect continuous forms of verbs in brackets. Here tense is told. Present perfect continuous. In, have, has, had, we always use in these sentences. This also comes in all assignments and papers which are scoring portion. Now here tense is told and we have to put proper verb in these sentences. Next comes, look at the following sentences. These are the compressed forms. We have like we are going home. This is are. This is the compressed form. Contraction, short form, we can say that. I know it is not easy. They are coming today. What do you notice about the underlined words? These are all like abbreviations, post office. उस next जो आता है उसके बाद full form लिखी हुई है. ये वाली किसी भी word का short form लिखा हुआ है. Can you write the full forms of following? I am. We all know. It is. It's लिखा हुआ. It is. I did. This is one. Next comes write the short forms of following. You have to do yourself for it practice. Here comes pronunciation, means word stress. Say these words after the teacher using the correct stress. Here in all words we have some word stress like international, horizons, agency, laboratory, investigator, bios, January, academic. Like all these word stress, we have to give stress some words. This is all about this unit. Our basic aim was reading about media. We read behind about channels, so many apps, idioms. Before this we read a brief report, contraction forms, and so many grammar portions. Okay. Now we will do next second unit of floating markets of Thailand of block 3rd media and entertainment. This floating markets of Thailand, in this objectives, warm up, reading comprehension, everything, speaking, grammar, writing, pronunciation, all topics we will cover. First of all, this section is warm up. In this, the words market, mall, this is all everything related to the floating market of Thailand. In this, word meaning are given here and we have to match them. First of all, we will see a kiosk. What it mean? A small shop selling cigarettes, newspaper or cold drinks. Next is the showroom. What it's meaning? A large shop or store in which goods for sale are displayed. Next, like the art take away. What's the meaning of it? A restaurant that cooks and sells food that you can take away and eat somewhere else. Next, you will do it yourself. And next, the topic related to it, reading comprehension. In this comprehension, here is the comprehension related to floating markets of Thailand. Our topic is about marketplace. This is all about traditions, markets, and dress up of people. This whole passage, this is also on next page. We are also seeing this view in which market is here, and we are seeing that there are people who are selling these things. They have some different culture, they have some different dresses. Then this is all about our paragraph in which we have to answer the questions, which are very, very easy. Next, we have to do from this passage these questions. Next comes the true false, which will do it as exercise. Next comes the word meaning like mobile. What's the meaning of it? From here we can find it, not fixed to a place. Survival, its meaning we get here that a lot of movement and action, person who sells the things. Which one is correct from this? We will do it ourselves. Next, we will see that these are Philips. These also are very easy. Next comes the section listening. What's this section says? Listening, following directions. Now comes the listening section, which is pertain to following directions based on roadmap. I hope that you will be able to give directions appropriately. Next, speaking dialogues, how we will sell and purchase some things like that dialogues. Next, we will do writing describing places. This is the skill of comparison and contrast of modern and traditional marketplace. We have two views. What this views says and what this view says. Two different. This is the contrast between two market or malls. Like modern multiplex mall in which there is cinema theater, big showroom, coffee shop and restaurant. This is not for ordinary people to make their purchase. But this is traditional market, but this is simple market with small shops. In this, some people here, they are selling their goods. Some shops are selling clothes and others selling are gadgets. Some are selling oils. There is also a STD booth with internet connection. People, these are wearing Arabian dresses. Women are wearing burqas. We all see this is the traditional way. This is also a market. This is also a market. But we have the comparison here and the contrast by which modern and traditional marketplace can be shown. Next, we will see here that in this unit, we read about an expository piece. What it means? Expository means used to expose or explain information in detail. Means to enlighten or instruct. It may be scientific report or a magazine article. This one is expository piece. And answered questions on it. Topic was the marketplace. Now from this all grammar portion and from this passage we enhance our vocab. Listening section based on roadmap. Writing section was about the comparison of markets. So this unit is over. Now comes the topic speaking. This is talking about interview. How we will take interview. How to prepare for interview and speak there. Imagine you are a student and have been asked to interview Sahil D. Here, imagine you are a student and have to take interview of Sahil D and has to be published in college magazine. Now you have to make some questions regarding it. Question may be from daily routine or to give answers yourself. Like when we talk with someone, we always greet him. Here student will say to Sahil D, "Good morning Sahil D, thank you for coming to give interview for college magazine." Answers will also be written by student which were expected by Sahil D. Sahil will say, "Thanks, it's my pleasure." Next comes our writing description, which means descriptive writing. We have to describe something like we are given two photos. Third one is here. In first example, a lady is seeing to the food. In second, here is talking. In third one is pilot who is sitting. Any name can be given to pilot. He is very happy with his job. He loves traveling. He has no boring routine like the regular officers. He loves meeting new people. His main advice for other pilot is that sky is the limit. This we will describe here in our feelings. ये औरों की तरह जॉब नहीं करते. Anything we can write about this pilot which is going in our mind. Anything we can write here. Descriptive writing is a type of writing which is meant to describe a person. Here we are describing a person. Here we are describing a person that this lady is seeing to this food. This may be scene of library we can write, or maybe of talking with one another. It does not depend upon facts but on the author's ability to make the reader see, feel and experience. Here the lady is seeing to the food. This is feeling. The focus is on showing and not telling, so that reader gets a sense of how the subject looks, sounds, smells, tastes. This is all about our writing description. Next comes the grammar portion. Phrasal verb. Phrasal verb are the basic verb that can combine with other words, especially prepositions, to make verb with completely new meanings. Phrasal verb are used more in speaking than in writing. There is almost always a more formal way of conveying the same idea. Here are some examples of it. First of all, we will say what are phrasal verbs. Here are some given exercises, but first of all we have to understand what are phrasal verb. Here is a verb. It may be we are known these words. Phrasal verb is the combination of it. Preposition or adverb. Examples of these phrasal verb by combining these: look up, look for, come across, come across, go through, these are all examples of phrasal verb. Phrasal verb that always indicate action. Now here are some examples of that. First of all, go off. What's the meaning? We will say choose a phrasal verb from the list A and suitable noun from the list B. Here are given some nouns. This is phrasal verb. Now we have to match the first one is go off. What it means? Go off. Its meaning is holiday. Holiday. Go off means holiday. Now we will convert these phrasal verb and noun and put it into the sentence. Every summer I go off on holiday to the hills. Next comes the start out. I started out my career. This one start out meanings career. I started out my career as a shop assistant, but now I am the owner of that shop. This is all about phrasal verb and nouns. Now next the exercise. Here Phillips Like these words have to fill here. I am dash to starting work. I am looking forward to starting work. Above you are given the look forward, but when you put it according to the sentence. Next comes the he has always dash his elder brother. Now somewhere we can use ing or somewhere we use ed. Looked up. Next you will do for practice here. Next comes the section pronunciation, accountant, physician, pharmacist, technician, biotechnologist, botanist, like this. In this all unit we have done that description of routine of news anchor, very familiar figure in all our lives. We increased our vocab by seeing the words news journalism, by TV anchoring. The writing part, like the reading, was also a description. Finally, the grammar portion, phrasal verb, we also do that. In this blog, we have covered up the topics: how to make use of media to increase your knowledge and vocabulary, practice writing reports, how to use contractions, about marketplace like floating markets of Thailand, in which paragraph is given and we have to give answers of questions. Next, there is description of routine of news anchor. There is also some paragraph is given and some exercise is also given we have to do. Next, there is we done increase vocabulary in area of news journalism. In last, we cover up phrasal verbs. This was the all about grammar portion, which was not very hard. It's so easy. So thanks to all for watching this video. Okay.